How to deepen knowledge of energy engineers from companies and help them to understand and use the methodology of an energy audit and other information more efficiently. The European project EUREMnext offers efficient know-how and tools. Interactive e-learning courses, workshops, networking meetings, and international conferences collect new ideas for improving energy savings and renewable energy integration in all sectors, even in those that are not in the spotlight just in recent times. It addressed also mobility, energy culture of companies, and Industry 4.0. The Energy Audit Support Tool is one of the new modules which are offered by EUREM. It was developed by the Austrian partner AEE, Institute for Sustainable Technologies, and we will introduce this tool more in detail with Mr. Jürgen Fluch in today's interview. He is head of Department Industrial System at AEE Intech. Mr. Fluch, welcome and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Welcome, Jose.
Before we start talking about the tool more in details, could you please introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, thank you very much for the introduction already from your side. Myself, I studied chemical engineering at the Technical University of Graz. I finished there in 2003 and started working in the field of biomass research for about 8 years. And since 2011, I'm with AEE Intech. So we are a private research organization located near to Graz. So here directly in Gleisdorf, our core focus is energy and resource efficiency with the slogan Idea to Action. And we are doing this for 3 core businesses. So on one side for buildings, for cities and networks, and the department I'm head of, industrial systems. So our idea is to support the industry in this field with clear measures and support towards the decarbonization of the industry.
I already mentioned that your company invented the tool, the Energy Audit Support Tool. So let's move to this topic. What is the Energy Audit Support Tool about?
The Energy Audit Support Tool, we call it a branch concept. Whenever we are using this wording, this means a branch concept is a combination of a tool, and it's a combination with an online compendium, a kind of a wiki web, more or less. I mean, we have to face the fact that all across Europe, we are actually dealing with the big targets that we have set ourselves. The decarbonization and industry plays a major role here. And at the same time, we have a lot of different solutions out there. So there are a lot of energy efficiency measures, a lot of different renewable energy technologies. And the industry itself is sometimes a bit confused, especially the small and medium enterprises. The energy managers, the consultants that are working there, they do not have enough time to be focused on all these steps and everything what is ongoing out there. So the Energy Audit Support Tool wants to support these companies who are interested and highly interested in energy efficiency and renewable energy technologies. And the tool itself will help those with giving them some ideas, some direct pathways how to achieve the set targets, and do this with very limited effort that is necessary. So we want to create awareness towards the energy efficiency and renewable energy technologies.
If we will be more concrete, we will speak more in detail. How does the tool help a company?
Okay, so following the typical pathway that we have, starting with the idea, somebody wants to improve the energy efficiency and wants to get rid of fossil fuels. So the tool is a low barrier assessment tool. The idea behind it is that with very limited information that somebody has from its own energy supply system, and again, we have to be very honest to ourselves. Of course, the companies know very, very detailed which energy carriers they are using, what they are paying for the energy. But in many cases, they have no idea which of the different processes consume how much of the energy. And by this, they also do not know which of these processes and technologies offer the highest potential for optimization in that case. So the idea of the audit support tool is to give a guided tour to these energy efficiency and renewable energy technologies. The tool will allow a comparison of different solutions on the economic point of view, the technical point of view, but also the ecologic point of view. So which of the different identified measures will contribute with how many CO2 savings, for example. And this is done with a very big bunch of background calculations. So the know-how of the user doesn't have to be on a very high level. He or she just has to know something about the internal production and the energy supply system. And then the tool will do, in the best case, most of the work for the energy manager there.
In which phase of an audit or optimization approach shall somebody make use of this tool?
Yeah, I think it's always very important to start with what a tool cannot do, but I think we have to be honest that the energy audit support tool is not a detailed engineering tool. The perfect phase is when the interest is created internally in an industry. So before contacting any supplier, this is the moment where somebody can use the tool to download it, provide some information in the tool, and gets an idea how and which measures can really contribute to the set targets. And by this, we create again the awareness and we give a pathway and show the direction what would be a potential optimization measure. And if this is done, this is the basis for contacting a supplier and then the basis for a detailed engineering.
Which core topics are addressed in this process?
Yeah, the nice thing of the tool is that it is directly linked to the European standard how to do an energy audit in industry. So some years ago, we have been part and also coordinating a European project who developed and defined and initiated the European standard EN 16247. And all these different steps that are necessary in doing an energy audit can be directly found in the tool. So you're starting at the very beginning to define, okay, in which sector am I working? Am I in the food industry? Is it the metal surface treatment? Am I working in the automotive industry? And then as a next step, you provide some basic information about your energy consumption. So which energy carriers you use, what do you pay for them? And with this information, you hop directly into your energy supply system. So you define how many boilers you're operating, which chillers you're operating, are there any heat pumps or storages. And then compared to this energy supply system, you have to define at least some steps, some processes that consume the energy. And again, the tool offers a lot of possibilities how to define this. So it's not necessary to have the physics or chemical background here. And the tool does a lot of these completely automatically. By clicking and selecting some process steps that are already offered by the tool, you can do this. So this is, as we call it, the status quo. So you know now which energy is used in which of your processes. And then as the next step, you directly address the optimization steps. You always start with the process optimization. So before thinking about integrating renewable energy, first you have to see how you can reduce your energy demand. And you start on the process level. There are some direct links to the WikiWeb that I already mentioned. So it's an online compendium, free for everybody. You can find some good ideas there. Second step of the optimization is the system optimization. So this is mainly based about excess heat recovery. Completely automatically done in the tool based on a pinch analysis, what is a very well-known methodology to do this. The tool will identify which of the excess heat streams that you have defined can be combined with your energy demand. And again, the target is to reduce your overall energy demand, increase the energy efficiency. And then, as the final step, you can select and test and identify some possibilities to integrate renewable energy. There is solar thermal module, there's a PV module, there is also heat pump, biomass, biogas. So you have several opportunities to introduce your different ideas. And also there, the tool offers a lot of support. So this is to a certain point done completely automatically and with very, very little knowledge of the user. Some information has to be given, yes, but then the tool does a lot of these things automatically. And at the very end, you're doing then a comparison of whatever you have identified. So you can say option 1 can save this amount of energy, can save this amount of costs at the end. And by this, you get an idea which of your ideas is the most promising ones for, as I already said, for the next steps to get in touch with some suppliers.
How does the company learn which kind of data are necessary to fill in this tool and to get valid information and valid results?
Very important is that this online compendium, there you also find a handbook of the energy support tool. Yeah, so it's not necessary that you go to a training, what is of course the best situation, but there is an online compendium that describes in detail what you need also. And there you also find a checklist. So as you are doing an energy audit, there is a checklist what clearly defines what you need. And again, this is not on a very high level. You have to know about your energy consumption, the energy carriers that I already mentioned. What do you pay for your energy? Actually, which type of boilers do you operate? What is the nominal size of these boilers? And at least you should know a bit about some basics about your production technologies and the steps. Anyhow, energy managers know about this. They know about the most important parameters of these processes. So our idea behind the energy audit support tool was that with having the bills ready that you pay to the energy suppliers, you sit in front of the desktop and then you're doing the work a maximum within 1 hour, and then you have a clear idea what can be optimized in your energy system.
Is the energy audit support tool still in some part of invention, or is it being already used by any company?
Yeah, the tool itself is based on an output of an IE project that we finished 6 years ago already. So this was called Green Foods. There we specifically focused on the food and beverage industry. But within EUREMnext, you have the possibility to completely extend and open the tool to other energy sectors. So in the meanwhile, more or less, I would say beside the steel industry, more or less everybody can use the tool. The tool was used in a lot of trainings worldwide already. It is used now in the EUREMnext training. And in the EUREMnext training, you have a lot of energy or industry that is doing the energy audit there. So they are using the tool already. And the idea behind the tool is that it's a kind of a low level, this is clear to me, but it is a kind of an energy management system. So you can update your data regularly from month to month, from year to year, and see what has been changed over the last period. And by this, see have you optimized your energy system or not, and what was the impact of the measures that you have set. So the tool itself is ready to be used since already 2 years. But, and this is the important thing, it's regularly updated. Yeah? So we are doing the updates as soon as we have developed a new module. This is integrated in the tool, and then everybody's informed and can download a new version of the tool.
We were talking about data. Let's move to the platform. On which platform is the tool operating?
I mean, this decision you have to do at the very beginning of your development. And when we did this for the first time, I mean, the optimum would always be to have a web-based platform and tool, therefore. But we clearly made the decision not to go towards this direction, but to create an Excel-based with Visual Basic background calculations tool. So why? The idea is that everybody can download this tool and operate the tool on your desktop or on your laptop. Why? Because, I mean, I have to be honest, if I'm the energy manager of an industry and there is a web-based tool and I have to provide some very detailed data about my production, I mean, I would have some issues with data security and safety reasons. So whoever has access to my data, I don't want anybody else to see what I'm doing actually. And this was the reason for our decision. So the energy audit support tool right now is downloadable. It's Excel-based with the Visual Basic that I already mentioned. And you have the tool only on your desktop. Nobody else has access to the data. And this is definitely a plus and advantage of the tool.
So we can say it's a kind of application, let's say, for computers.
More or less, you open it with Microsoft Excel, and you can run it in this application. You don't need anything else, nothing special, not very much storage on your computer. It's not a very big file. So yes, this is just runnable on your desktop.
As you said, it's for a desktop because of data. They are very sensitive. Who has access to the data, which, for example, I provide to this tool?
This is a very good question. The clear message to everybody who wants to use the tool, it is only you. Yeah? So whoever is putting in the data in the tool, you save the tool only locally on your desktop. There is no tunnel that is sharing the data with anybody else. It's really just the person who puts it into the tool. Of course, you have to take care that nobody else has access to the tool, but then this is a very clear message. Very high data security and safety issues. We can promise that we have no access to the tools that were downloaded in the past.
Who is the target group of users? You were talking about companies in industry. However, are there any limits of the usage of this tool?
Well, the initial idea of the tool was definitely that the energy managers in industry shall use it. And also our core focus was not to go towards the large companies, the big steel or pulp and paper industries. We always wanted to focus on the small and medium enterprises, for those who do not have the resources to inform them very regularly what is actually ongoing out there. Also having in mind that the large companies might have their own budget also for the big solutions out there. So the core focus and the target group are definitely the energy manager of small and medium enterprises, plus energy consultants, so those who are doing audits. I mean, they can use the tool when they are hopping into a new company with just collecting the data there, so they can make use of the tool to identify some optimization measures. And beside this, also the third target group are the suppliers of technologies. So, I mean, if I would be the supplier of a heat pump or a solar thermal collector, I would also be interested to see how can I integrate my technology in a certain sector of the industry, to see at which process temperatures do they operate, how does this fit to my technology. So this would be the third party of our target groups. And I think the background and the feedback that we got from our target groups by now is very good. So I would say all of them are actually using this, and the feedback is very, very much appreciated, that we can always learn from them and regularly update also our tool, what is needed. And by this, we are very reactive here.
As you mentioned already, there are some updates of the energy audit support tool. So can you be more specific? Can you mention any improvement you are working on, or your colleagues?
Yeah, I mean, the EUREMnext project now is running for 3 years already. So within these 3 years, we have updated the tool, I would say 7 or 8 times. When is there an update? When we integrate new sectors of the industry. So for example, if we have then a textile industry as a potential user, an industry sector that can use it, then it was updated. Yeah? And this is something we are doing regularly also now. So if we define a new module of, for example, a certain process, for example, in the food and beverage industry, we have pasteurization as an additional module there, then it is updated, and all those who have already downloaded in the past the tool get an information that there is an update. The question is always, when I have used the tool in the past with an old version of the tool, can I use this also with the new one? Yes, this is possible. So this is the database in the background that just loads again whatever has been done before. So you can use whatever you have done in the past also in the future. And actually, because this was your question, actually we are working on a new sector of the automotive industry. So a special galvanization process will be implemented, I would say, in the next month, so by June 2021. And in the future, our intention is to further extend our tool to other industry sectors. So we are thinking about the pulp and paper industry a bit, and we'll work on this in the next research projects we are looking for.
If anybody is interested in more information about this tool, where can he or she get more information about it?
Well, the very best way is to participate in a EUREM training. These are offered in all of our countries here in Europe, but also worldwide. For example, in Chile, there is also a training, but the core focus actually is here in Europe. So this is the best way. Join a EUREM training, participate in the training, learn about energy consumption, energy efficiency, renewable energy. And beside this, of course, it's possible to contact the EUREM managers and also get in touch with me, that you can download it for free. So this is not a restricted tool. It's up to everybody. We just want to see who is using it. So we are looking forward to be contacted to provide our tool.
And I suppose you will continue in EUREMnext program.
Sure. This is our target.
Mr. Jürgen Fluch from AEE Institute for Sustainable Technologies says, Mr. Fluch, thank you very much for your time and for today's interview.
You're welcome.
And if you are interested in how the usage of the energy audit support tool may look like in the practice of individuals' companies, you will learn about it in one of the next podcasts.